Whoa.
Is your brother playing for the Rockies now, Amberley?
He is.
Your brother plays pro baseball?
Yeah, dude. I was going to wait to ask her on that, but I was like, I better double check.
He's on the AAA team.
Heck yeah.
That's cool. I played against your brother when I was little. Fun fact.
Like Little League little or high school little?
Like travel ball little.
Like 15, 14?
Mm-hmm. Yep, pretty sure he played on like the sliders or something.
No, was he on the cutters? Was he on the stars? Was he on the?
I want to say it was
this
the
is great.
sliders.
We're going to be able to talk a little bit of baseball today.
Was
too.
it not the slider, like South Valley sliders? Or I don't know.
Oh,
was your dad the coach or?
Oh, that was on the stars.
The stars. It might have been the stars. It was a while ago.
Stars. So then, what team would you have been on?
Oh, what team would I have been on?
I can't remember his team.
Come on, Bryce.
I think I was on the Caesars back then. It was on
the name.
It was on the Caesars. That was the year, I think. The St. George.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was your dad coaching the travel teams?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. How would that be? Have a professional baseball player coach. That's awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
Travel baseball was the blast. Oh, I got to get my holy shoes off the camera.
Okay. Well, we are live, so.
We're live. Guys, welcome to the BioMane live show, the BioMane Scoop. We've got your regulars, Cole, Ladd, and Bryce behind the scenes. We're going to do an episode one time with Bryce out here.
Yes, we are.
And we'll let you run camera.
Okay. Yeah. We might not go live for a while.
Yeah. And we've got our very special guest, Amberley Snyder. This has been highly anticipated. We're stoked to have you, Amberley. Thanks for being here.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime.
If you guys don't know Amberley by now, if you've seen any of our content or followed us, you haven't been paying attention.
Yeah. You would just be new to the Western world if you haven't heard of Amberley and the story and the success that she's had.
So if you haven't heard of her, we're going to assume you're new. So welcome, and we're glad you chose this show to tune into. For everyone following live, again, we do giveaways throughout and use hashtag BioMane Live Show, and we'll choose some product to give away throughout the show, and we'll even let Amberley pick what we're going to give out. So let's get into it. I think we all know your story, but let's let those who don't know kind of know your story. That's an open-ended question, I know, but let's run with it.
I can do that. So for me, I'm a little bit different because I didn't come from a rodeo family. So I feel like that is kind of one of the parts about me when it started. Dad was a football player. My mom was a cheerleader. She had a horse when she was younger, but she didn't get to compete. But when I saw I had an interest in horses, my mom wanted to make sure that it was possible. So I started riding at 3, competing in rodeo at 7 when my family moved to Utah. Of course, I fell in love with it. As anybody in the horse industry knows, once you have the bug, I don't think it goes away.
It's like a plague.
Rodeo. It is. It's really expensive, but we do it. So, did all the rodeos up into high school. Won some titles, won some awards, and was, well on my way to deciding to college rodeo or pro rodeo. When I was in my accident, I was thrown from my truck, and when I hit a fence post, it broke my back and injured my spinal cord, which is why I now sit in a chair. So at that point, right, we start life over. Nobody had done what I wanted to do, but it took me 4 months to get back on a horse and 8 the arena, and I'm now the only professional paralyzed rail racer in the U.S. So that's what I get to do.
Heck yeah! After your accident, it took you 4 months to get back on a horse.
Yeah, I know, it was really long.
What did I
worded that? It took you 4 months, really? How it took so long?
What was the time that the doctor said you shouldn't do this? What was the time that they said again, so everyone knows?
Oh, I mean, they didn't say I could at all, right? I mean,
right, exactly.
When I'm laying in the ER prior to my back surgery, and I'm like, hey guys, I barrel race, so when am I getting back on a horse? And he says, no, you don't do that. That's
yep.
With this that's not something you do. So I was like, okay, well, maybe you're not hearing me. So we're going to figure that out. And it did take the to convince my doctor that he's like, okay, I think your metal in your back is stable enough that as long as you have your back brace on and you think you want to get on, okay.
That's awesome. I did word that like, holy cow, it took that long.
Yep.
I was impressed that it only took, I was impressed that it was 4 months. Like that's a major injury in just a short amount of time.
Yep.
So I had a guy that he's been on the podcast, Joe. He just had an injury and fractured a couple of vertebrae just a few days ago. Luckily, they're going to heal on their own, and he just has to deal with the pain for now. But like, his is not even close to your injury, and they're telling him, 2, 3, probably 3 months of recovery. And the fact that you were back on in 4 months is wild.
If he's not on a horse in 4 months, then
well, you can call him and
that's right.
Harass him a little bit. He'll be on in like way sooner.
We'll see.
Ignorant, tough, and just not even tough. Just it's hard. Like that's like you said, it's a bug. It's a sickness to be around them and to be on them. You just, I don't know. Even if you're not making money on them, you just want to be around them and on them. So.
Oh yeah. Point that I think I get legit withdrawals. And if I start to get a little irritable and grouchy, my family's like, do we want to go saddle a horse? Or
yeah.
That sounds like a good idea. We probably should do that.
That's why you're always ornery.
That's true.
You don't come over and ride enough.
Well, I'm slowly working my way back.
That's good. Hey, I want to make a point of Lad's golf pants.
Yeah.
Looks really sharp today.
Just in case we have a tea time today, St. George is pretty busy, so you never know if you're going to get a tea time.
I told Amberley there'd be a little story about jeans because I was showing my shoe off and it had a hole in it, I guess. But Lad makes the comment, hey, I'm not in jeans today. I wear some golf pants. None of my jeans were ironed. They were all wrinkled at the bottom. They looked terrible. Well, and then he looks at my jeans. Yeah, kind of like that. Guess who didn't iron their jeans this morning? And
on a Western podcast, I'm wearing golf pants. That's why I was like, sorry.
Rather wear unironed jeans.
Yeah.
Hey, I think so. The fact that you have pants on, that's
an improvement, right?
Is it because from COVID, like there was all these videos of guys that were wearing their suits, but they'd like stand up and do something, they were wearing their underwear?
Oh, I feel like it's probably because Amberley's known you for a while and she knows you with pants on isn't an improvement.
Well,
I was going to say during COVID, I had one of those experiences that I was not planning on in my house.
You did?
Let me do a virtual speech, and I did not have pants on for that virtual speech because because you didn't have to. You can only see me from the waist up. So I'm like, as long as I have on a and a cowboy hat, who cares?
Yeah.
And you got a tripod that's really trustworthy to hold the camera.
It was all good until I get done with that speech, and one of the little kids says, "What does your wheelchair look like?"
Oh, there we go.
No. I'll post it later.
Okay.
Oh. That's great.
Like a picture. That picture.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Speaking of the wheelchair, has from when I saw it first when we were rodeoing, has there been any changes or anything that you've done to modify it from the time you started till now, or is everything still the same on it?
I honestly should probably be better about making sure. You know what? Right now, it actually looks a bit redneck because a piece of it fell off. So I'm trying. Actually, right now, it looks a little janky. But no, I've tried. I want to get it lighter. Like I think that's usually the big goal. Is that every time you can get it lighter, it's better. My chair right now weighs 30 pounds, and I would love to. But then it all comes down to what insurance pays for and what they'll. So even. Mine's titanium, so they were trying to fight it on the titanium concept, but now you can get the carbon fiber ones. So you can get a carbon fiber, and then those suckers are super light. So I really would like to look into that for my next chair.
Yeah, that'd be slick.
Be sweet. So it's kind of almost like a plug for these fabricators start coming up with a saddle for you, they can send you a bunch of copies to see which one you like better then.
Yeah. I mean, why would they not? Like send me all the options and then
That's right.
I'll just I don't know. I feel like there's people who are way pickier about it. Like people look at my chair all the time and tell me it doesn't actually fit me. And I'm like, you're right, because I let it sit a little bit, but I tell them that I don't ever want to get too fat for my wheelchair. So I feel like I'm going to give myself some wiggle room on both sides.
That's the way to prevent that. Just get a bigger one.
I'm like, so I'm probably not going to get one that squeezes me in. Nope. That would be wearing pants that are just a little too snug. I mean, you just don't want to do that.
That's when you just result to no pants.
Yeah.
Back to the no pants.
Back to no pants. We're gonna circle back to that a lot. Hey, so we had an Instagram question for you. They want to know where Power is.
You know, that is a question a lot. He is at my parents' house. Cool. He's retired.
Yeah.
So he doesn't owe me anything anymore. He was honestly getting anxiety to be running. So and I had other horses up and coming, right? So it was a combination of the decision of why we got to where we're at. But yeah, I retired him. I sent him to my parents' house. My mom still rides him a couple times a week down there. And then his job, he's a recipient mare to do any day now. So that's his job. So I do have him, and I do pull him out if anybody comes in and wants to do an interview or something that's filmed. Yeah, I pull because he actually loves it. Versus my new little mare might like it, but my legacy horse that I run now, I'm a guy. Like it's just not his favorite thing.
That's funny.
Reset horse. What's going in?
Oh,
or is it too early to talk about yet?
No, so she's due any day.
Mm-hmm.
So I should have a baby on the ground. I mean, her due date is the 11th. So literally storms that are just flurrying through here. I just keep waiting for a baby on the way. No but I say she because it's going to be a filly. So I'm just going to throw that out there. It's a little penny mare. So my backup mare, she's a Dash to Fame mare by J-Lo. So J-Lo's Ivory is the stud. So that's a Ivory out of J-Lo.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's my baby.
That'll be exciting. Is this the first colt that you have had and will be raising? Or have you done some before?
I did a baby when I was 11. I had one baby when I was 11. And then I did one baby about 2 years ago. And I didn't like that baby.
Yeah.
It was just a little bratty. So I was like, I'm not ready for that one. But then a J-Lo's Ivory one. So I'm going to do that. And then I am going to do two. I'm going to take my mare in this week. I just got back to Utah days ago. I've got to take my mare in back this week, and I'm going to do 2 embryos out of her this year. So I'll have 2 babies next year. I don't know why I'm doing that, but we're doing it.
Yeah.
Because of all the futurities, right?
Well, it's just at this point in our industry, like if you have a really nice mare that has some proven stats, it's just too big of an opportunity. Whether you keep them or right, it doesn't even matter either direction. I mean, the market is so high for horses that when I have opportunities to be able to have these really, really nice babies, not just an average mediocre baby, but really nice babies, whether, like I said, whether you do keep them or you sell them, it's just, I feel like it would be a waste to have my mare stand out there and not be doing that.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a great point.
Yep.
There's a lot of work, but that's a great point. And I like that a lot of people don't understand the reset mares. I like that you take that route, especially for mares that you're running. Like you can still utilize them and still get their same genetics and have those babies on the ground, or at least those babies cooking while you're still proving that mare, and still, you know, instead of putting her out for a year, you're still able to increase her earnings, showing her she's in shape, she's looking good. So how cool is it that you get to increase her earnings while that baby's still cooking, because the day it's born, you've had all that chance to improve that mare. That's a smart route to go.
Yep.
Increasing the value of them. I'm so new to the baby business, but now I've heard you have to try to try to breed your mare before they're 10 at least once in order to really keep them viable. And so my mare this year is 8, and I'm like, okay, I guess I don't know how serious that is. So I don't know if in the next couple of years I'm going to have to take that other route, or if that's not really serious, or or if I just won't do any more babies, right? I'll just do a couple babies for a couple years, and then I don't know. Who knows what we're going to do, but I did just learn that. It really is. And as long as they're healthy and everything goes well, then it's fun. I mean, babies are cute, so it's fun.
Who's been helping do all the work with the mares and everything getting set up?
I did. So I'm in Tremont, and that's where my house is at. So my vet up here actually is who bred her for me. And then, here's kind of a catch of a story. So it was so fast. Like I was like, oh, I'm new. I just told you I'm new to the breeding business. So and I'm like, all right, mare's in heat. Let's go and see when she's going to ovulate. She's due like now, right? Like she needs an egg in her, like she needs semen in her right then. So like we get it shipped, we get it brought up. My sister's mare happens to be in heat. And I'm like, hey, do you want a baby in her? And she's like, sure. Was not a good chance, but it did. So her baby, she has a baby due same time right now. We're very close. So that was actually kind of fun, but I'm right down the road. And then I have South Valley that's doing all my recips and my embryo transfers and all of that. So I'm going to stick with that this year. It's easy because I can do it in Ogden. So it's only 30 minutes.
Yeah,
and those
they're
guys
handy.
are so good at that.
Yeah, they're awesome at that.
Yeah, so that's my plan for the 2. I'll do this year. I'm going to do a metallic Cattack baby. I don't even know if I know how to say his name right. And a Slick by Design baby is what I'll get in this year.
Cool.
Well, that worked out good. Was it Autumn's mare? At least you're saving some money on the recip mare going through with the family instead of having to go through somebody else.
Well, she bred her mare. She is in her mare, and like talking about wanting to put it in a recip mare. Like it is nerve wracking to be in her good mare.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Chances of getting pregnant were so slim that we were like, hey, it's not going to work anyway. We'll just do it, and then we'll just laugh about it. Then it didn't work. Then it worked. So yeah, it is in her good mare. So hers is a Blazing Jetalina mare. So it's actually going to be a really, really nice baby as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very different level of nerves when your good mare is ready to pop. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, so both of them, I have.
Keep us all posted on it.
Yeah.
Tremont.
Yeah.
So you go from California to Tremont.
I just did. Yep, 2 days ago.
That's a bad transition.
You know what? I was so ready to be home that no, I have definitely not rode my horses yet. It's been too cold, but I was ready to be home. Yeah,
how did the California runs go? Was it pretty? I mean, was it like? I mean, we were watching everything on the Cowboy Channel, but how was California?
Oh, I hope my runs were not on there. It could have gone better.
That good, huh?
Yeah, like my horse is in a weird spot right now. I don't know. He Red Bluff didn't go good, and I didn't listen to my gut after my first run in Red Bluff that he did not like it. So I should have gone home and got my backup mare, and I didn't. Instead, my mentality was like, we're just going to win the second round. Like, I know he doesn't like the ground, but he's going to suck it up and deal with it. He almost broke my knee in the alleyway on the way in on that run.
Eesh.
So then that first run didn't go great. And then he carries one run to the next. So our first round of Clovis was kind of affected by that last run at Red Bluff. Our second round of Clovis went really well, but the first one wasn't well enough to be able to carry us into the progressive rounds. And then Lakeside went great. I placed at Lakeside. I ended up 4th at Lakeside.
Nice.
I tipped the barrel to place at Springville, and I was 1 out at Stony Ford. So honestly, it wasn't horrendous, right? But I would like to tell you that I won them all.
Yeah, it's just starting. It's just starting up.
Yeah. So I was gonna stay there till Reading, but honestly, my horse was ready to come home, and I'm just not gonna ignore him anymore. So I was like, all right, let's come and regroup. And I don't know, I needed to come home too, especially with my baby getting like that. I'm just nervous with my baby coming in and all that stuff. And I've got some speeches this month. So I was like, all right, I'll go back home, regroup, and then we'll get ready for our circuit stuff. I mean, I tipped to place it too. That was my problem there. But a nice check at Logandale. So we really do need to regroup and find ourselves back out and get my backup mares up and running a little bit better, so I have them when I need them. Yeah, it was kind of a decision all around. It was good, but I'd have been a lot happier to make a lot of money.
Make a lot of money and not have to come back to freezing cold Tremont and so soon.
Yep.
Like we were just really on like, let's just crack up the money road. I would have considered staying, but like I said, he was ready to come back. And holy smokes, it's not worth hauling out there right now with even fuel prices, unless if you're not confident.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
If you think Utah diesel's terrible, what's the most you paid for diesel in California?
$6.89.
That'll ruin somebody.
For $125, I got 18 gallons.
Oh my gosh.
How many people are? That's amazing. I can't.
Anywhere.
How many people are hauling together now? Like, do you see that more often now, where people are like, "Hey, we got to carpool it. Let's just do this. We can't afford this."
Hearing it, I feel like you're hearing it. Like some are not if they're local, but some of them are. And I think that is gonna make a shift too. And I've even considered it, like, because I like to haul by myself. First of all, my chair just takes up a lot of space. And so I don't like feeling anybody feel cramped, and I like to haul by myself. It's just a different kind of even a mindset you get to have. So I like by myself, but even I've a couple gals, I even met one in California that I was like, you know what? That's not true. I met 3 in California that I was like, you know what? If you want to haul and come over to my rodeos, like, and we haul over to Cheyenne or whatever, I'd be happy to do that. So we'll see. We will see. But as I was back into Utah, and it's only $5.
Only $5.
Yeah, and it's only $5.
It's only $5.
Well, when you're in California for a month, you feel like only $5.
Oh, that's terrible.
I was gonna say we could go down more rabbit holes between the diesel and maybe the ground in California. We heard some chit chat, some barrel racers about the ground over there. I don't want to open up those cans of worms with the ground, but anyways.
Well, I want to know that. I want to know what else everyone said. There was hit and miss. There was some hit and miss stuff. There was some drama too with the ground that went on over in.
Let's hear the drama.
It's a forever thing in the rodeo world.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's multiple ways from the beginning perf to the end perf. It's not. That is part of the sport.
Yeah, I shouldn't say unfortunately, but yes, it is.
Yeah, that's just the way it goes. And you know, it was really neat though, the progressive round deal over there. The only other time I've done that is Cheyenne, that everybody ran on level playing field on day one, and then first after that. And so that was actually really nice. And Clovis, for the fact of we all on the same day and gets that first run in before it gets shifted to the second run. And yeah, the ground did shift at both of those rodeos a lot from their first run to their second run, depending on how they drew up. It's kind of a deal over there. But it was nice to have that first scenario. You don't.
Right. Well, that's in those bigger rodeos. Shouldn't say that's how they should do it, but Sounds pretty good if it's a level playing field.
Well, at least for round one, right? At least that a check in someone's hands on round one. So I Spanish Fork last year. I was up the night that it flooded in Spanish Fork. We had no chance. You had no chance to clock in that arena anytime after that. And what was so crazy that I had actually drawn like the perfect girls that were wanting to trade me for almost a lot of girls that wanted to trade me for my perf. And I'm like, no, heck no, I'm going to trade my perfect perf and it works for my schedule and that's where I need to be. And then it's, back and you're like, well, all right, that could have been a better decision, but you can't know that, you set yourself up for what your schedule works and where you need to be with your horses. And the weather just doesn't always commit to that.
Right. Unless they pay your fees in $500 or something, right?
Which they're supposed to not do anymore. So
yeah, that's right. That's the unwritten rule.
At least not talk about it.
Yeah, whoever draws the middle, you can just plan on them getting some money if they do the trade. So
yeah, I mean I think you guys are as regulated on that.
Yep. Well, I don't know. Just depends. Like you said, it just depends if you can make it work for them or not.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that, I don't know. It's not as regulated. And the girls, it is because, and I don't know. I'm not going to get into that. There is.
Oh, she cut out.
Oh, we got her.
Okay. Is there any, Bryce?
Yeah, let's do
better do some questions.
But let's do a giveaway. We got a lot of people in here. Oh, did we lose her? We lost her.
Oh no,
Amberley.
Oh no. Well, this is a perfect time for a giveaway.
Okay, well,
she'll back.
join
Gonna
back.
have her pick what we were giving away.
Yeah,
we'll pick. Lad'll pick.
Lad, what are we giving away?
What are we giving away before we choose them?
Let's see. I know what's coming up for some promotional deals. I'll leave those to you. We'll talk about, but with the good weather coming around, we better do something with the grooming kit. Let's do a grooming kit.
Grooming kit.
BioMane grooming kit.
BioMane grooming kit. This is the time of year where you're going to want the shampoo, conditioner, detangler, because we can find, at least down here in St. George, we can finally, we've been able to do it for a while, spray and rinse off our horses, but hopefully up north they're getting closer to that. But let's do a BioMane kit.
Perfect.
Grooming kit.
Be good.
Grooming
You're
kit.
gonna like the way it looks.
Do I get to choose a name too, or does Cole choosing the name?
No, I'm not choosing. Bryce is choosing.
I will choose. And I'm going with Stacy Bradley.
Stacy
Bradley.
Post them in the messages.
Direct messages.
Direct messages.
Do not put them in the comments for safety reasons. But we need your address, and that's about it.
That's it.
Your address. Let us know, and we'll be sending you a grooming kit. Amberley, we did a giveaway while we had a bad connection.
Yeah, I don't there.
We're giving away our grooming kit to who was it again, Bryce? Oh, put you on the spot.
Stacy Bradley.
Stacy Bradley.
Yep.
Ooh, where's she? Well, I gotta see where she's from. Yeah,
Bryce will do some Facebook stalking one.
We were talking about with the weather right now, or at least in St. George, we can spray all the horses off and shampoo and condition and detangler, and we don't have to worry about the weather. So maybe I should
get pneumonia and tree mold.
Yeah, maybe I should have chose a different.
It's supposed to be 70 on Friday.
Oh my heck!
Yeah.
That's so hard on when it goes from, what was it, 2 days ago, it's still in the 40s or 30s, and then it goes to the 70s. Man, that is hard.
Yeah, it is hard. So you do have to be. And my horses have been in Arizona since February. We went from Arizona to California. Granted, it rained on us almost every day. But they were accustomed to come back here. But yeah, I have to be so on top of it. I mean, and I alternate between like sheets and blankets and hoods, and I mean I do try to level it out between what the weather is in order to do it accordingly, not just like, okay, if it's this cold you throw a blanket on. I really try to, if it's from this degree to this degree, get a sheet. From this degree to this degree, they get and my one mare because she had seen more colts. So I feel like that's helped.
Yeah.
When you're jumping all over.
Right. Who went out there with you this time to California again?
You know what? I had a cruise in and out.
Nice.
So I normally have one gal that, last summer I hired her. Well, she's my best friend anyway, so it helps. But I convinced her to quit her job and just work. And so she did that, but then I told her the season was over. So she went back to work. She'll this month and then I'll take her on. But so I had people. I had a couple different friends, and my mom came out for a couple weeks. I swapped in and out for the California run.
Gotcha. I'll tell you.
Just have Emmy. She'll just come on the road.
I was just thinking the other day, we want to get more into what's coming up for you with the rodeos and horses. But when I think it was in 2015, I got to go with you to 2 rodeos. And when you were talking about hauling with other people, I was like, that was probably one of the funnest rodeos I've been to. The 2 rodeos I went with you. Well, it helped too because so the horse I had got hurt, and I think it was Lewiston. He just came up 3-legged. He just got sore. I had to leave him. So I found out who was going to these next rodeos, Evanston and Plymouth. And I found out there was you, and I cannot remember who else was with you. So I came up and asked you, I'm like, hey, I hate to be a gypsy guy and say, hey, can I bum with you guys to go to some of these rodeos? I was like, there's a kid that's going to be here and here. He said I can ride his horse. But anyways, so I got to haul with you these rodeos. And Evanston was great, and we hopped in from there. But we knew from Evanston, Wyoming to is it Utah or Idaho, Plymouth. It's like right on the border. We knew we were going to be pushing, and we were going to be super late. And of course, we were late. And Amberley was up in I think the breakaway first. And I was pretty nervous for this, but when we got out, they were getting ready to call breakawayers. And Amberley's like, "Okay, here's the deal." And she has all of us like, "You're gonna do, we have to saddle, bridle." And it was like it kind of reminded me of how a NASCAR would be. Like we got out of the truck, getting all this stuff ready, and we made it just in the nick of time. And that was the most exciting rodeo I've been to.
It actually works because I'm not a whole lot of help. So the horse, I need you to throw the saddle on, the poopy booting. I need you to, and then you just gotta just chug me on, and we'll just go ahead, and we'll be fine. Those kind of runs, and for me, and I just sit there, and I'm like, "Okay, hurry, you
It was nerve wracking because like you were telling us this in the truck, and I felt like I was more nervous for that than I was getting ready to make a run. But I mean, you had everything perfectly planned. We got out, we executed the plan perfectly. Nobody got turned out. We all made it, but it was a production. And I wish there could have been a camera for that. Cause we've seen your wheelchair Wednesdays and how we do it, but it was, if you were to speed the camera up with 4 or 5 people getting horses ready, it was chaotic, but we definitely made it during the 4th.
I even, I was second in the rodeo in the barrel race in there, and I broke out to place in the breakaway.
Yep. On that, I remember that Palomino horse, right?
Yep. So actually it was a decent rodeo for sure. I mean, the breakout wasn't a deal, but.
That's great.
Yeah, it was a fun. I always talk about that rodeo with people, just saying how, everything was perfectly planned. You knew what had to happen, and I'd never helped out with that before, but it was just, it was a team effort. We made it, but man, it was nerve wracking. Just so you know, I didn't tell you that before, but we were nervous. Like, if we get Amberley turned out because we failed, we failed on the pit, but we did it.
Making jokes the whole time, like it wasn't a big deal, and I'm like, I'm gonna kill this guy. This is a big deal.
That's how I.
Sound like
no.
that.
That's just. I was super nervous. That's probably how I was like hiding it all. I was like, oh gosh, what's gonna happen? Because they were like seriously like calling our names, like getting us ready.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think you're legit. Like it's not a big deal if we get turned out. There's another rodeo. I'm like, who are you? I want to run in this.
It's probably because I've been turned out so many times because I've been late 100 times.
Lads, like, guys, it's fine. I know we just drove 6 hours here. If we get turned out, it's fine. There's another one tomorrow morning.
Now, if Diesel's 689, trust me, I'd be a little more puckered up.
not get turned down.
Yeah, I'm not going to get turned out at 689 for diesel. So thank you again for letting me go with you to those 2 rodeos. That was a fun trip. That was a long time ago. That was I think that was 2000. So either 14 or 15.
No, it would have been. I was still running power. So
Yeah, you still had power.
Yeah, I still had him. So then it wasn't.
Yep.
Because I really started running my bay horse. He came on in 16. So it was right before. So yeah, now Power's all retired and gets to hang out, and Legs has to do all the work.
Legs.
Your other horse you call Legs? That's great.
Yeah, his name is Legacy, right? But I named him Legacy
Run on words. That's smooth.
for the reason that he would be Legs.
Like that.
That's great.
Try to be.
Hey, we've got a girl. I guess I shouldn't assume anyone's gender these days, but
Oh no.
Can you say that?
we can say whatever we want on the podcast. Rachel J, 275. Well, my name is Rachel Lewis, and I love you. Question: what kept you going in your darkest times? I think that's a great question because, I mean, we've all had dark times. I feel like yours are a little more deeper than what some other people go through. So shed some light. And I know you've talked about this hundreds of times by now, but if you were to make it the short and sweet of what kept you going in those dark times, give Rachel some advice.
Oh, well, I tell people that there are 3 things that have kept me to be the reason that I am who I am, and the things that have kept me to be the person I am, and that would be my family, my faith, and my horses.
Cool.
So not everybody quite like mine, right? But we all can find those things.
Yep.
So
find your 3 things.
Yeah, your faith's going to be, giving you the purpose of why you're there. My family is the support system, and my horses are the freedom that helps me carry through it. So I tell you, those are my 3 things.
I like it. I got to figure out my 3 things.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking about mine. I was like, maybe I better do the same thing.
Oh.
Family, faith. Glad I'm an American.
There you go.
That's one of them. But your personality, I'd say, Amberley, your personality is you just walk in. I mean, I'm sorry. You come into the room and at the rodeos and just smile and everything. And it's very contagious.
Just a good vibe about you. I feel like that's how I would describe you. You just got a good vibe, positive, and even without knowing any background, it's just a good positive vibe. And then you find out your background, you're like, holy cow, if anybody had any reason to not be positive and outgoing and stoked about life. Anyways, I think it's impressive.
Yeah.
So
that's a good question, Rachel.
Great question, Rachel. I hope that advice helped Rachel.
Yeah.
Cool.
So next rodeos, where are you going?
Yes. So since I decided to come, I'm going to hit some barrel races for a couple weeks. So
Are you doing any futurity stuff?
No, you know what? I am not that tough. Like that futurity world.
It's cutthroat.
Oh man, you really have to. It's a lot of time. Like I had a futurity.
Yeah.
I got him as a 2-year-old, and I had him all up until the winter of his 4-year-old year. Like it was our fraternity year in the next year, and I chickened out. I was like, you know what? That's just, it's not that it's not cool. It is. But honestly, I'm so thin between what I do that I don't believe I spend or have enough time to spend on a fraternity colt. The girls do. To be completely, they can ride every single day, 7 days a week or 6 days a week. Those horses all the time. They can be all those things. And I mean, between my speaking and the rodeos I want to hit and any other thing, because I don't know why when I sit still for 2 seconds, I decide to add something else. So,
Yeah.
it's, wrote a book. I mean, it's all those things. It's like I'm so where I'm spread that I realize, honestly, until I make some sort of a shift, I don't know if I can dedicate what I need to a futurity colt. Saying that, I have a 3-year-old right now that I do like to plan to maturity in 2 years. But I mean, I do also have the goal that in 2 years from now, I'll have the time to do that.
Cool.
Well, I'm not going to do those. I've just got some barrel races. My horses are all spread. Legacy's 14. My backup mare is 8, and I have a 6-year-old, and I do have a 3-year-old, but I haven't even rode her yet. She's get on her right now. So they're good ages. So I just need to jackpot, hit some barrel races, figure out the confidence deal on my gelding so that he's ready to go by the time first week of June comes.
Cool.
Busy.
Oh man.
Yep.
Yeah, the calm before the storm right now.
It is, and that's where I thought I would take advantage of it, to have a moment to do that. I'm going to do a couple clinics at my house, just to pay for that fuel that I just spent in California because I didn't win all.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have a couple clinics here and spend some time with the family since I haven't been home since February. And, you know, there's all these things. My brother comes in to play baseball. He'll be at the B Stadium in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I don't know. But he'll be there. So I get to go watch him play for those couple weeks or games that he's in town. So, yeah, I mean, you know, you just have to rotate through what you're doing.
Yeah.
I was going to say you could burn yourself out on the road pretty quick, but breaking it up, there's a lot of things that you have to break up. It sounds like.
Yeah, it's honestly just dividing and conquering on where I want to be at the time. You know, I don't feel like I have down days. I actually have to schedule in rest time to do that. Otherwise, yeah, if there's something that I have learned from my accident, it is life is too short to spend in one area of life, right? It's not that goals don't matter and they're not important, because they are. But the time you spend with people and the memories you make doing that, and, you know, those last minute vacations or all of those things, like, there's a lot of joy that comes from that. You can spend your whole life working yourself into the ground trying to make money, but what good does all that money do if you don't have the memories that you're making with it? So I feel like that's something that I only learned. Well said.
Very well said. Amberley, thanks for your time. I think that's great.
I was going to say, I think a lot of people need to hear that. I need to hear that.
Yeah.
Spend more time doing that instead of run yourself in the ground.
It takes money to survive, but enjoy the great things in life.
Well, what do you want to do when you get old, right? And you're sitting on your porch, step on your lawn, and you're look at that. I worked my whole life sitting here.
Sounds like Cole right
I was going to say, we're already doing that.
I'm not that old, guys.
But I didn't do anything fun, then
why do it? Have fun. Yeah. Let your hair down. Have fun.
Gotta put aside the stuff. Like, I take my family on a trip every year, and so we go do something like we did Disneyland, Yellowstone this year. Like, I can't say they always get it for Christmas. I can't tell you what we're gonna do next year because, you know, what if they're listening? But
yeah.
Like, you got to plan on that.
Right.
Yep. It was great.
Well, if my wife's listening to this, she's going to say, well, what are we going to do?
Where are we going?
Where are we going? Yeah. Threw us under the, here we go.
Set the bar real high for us now. Thanks. Oh, sorry about my unironed jeans on the camera. At least there's no hole in this shoe.
Yeah, that's true. So if this summer, if there's one thing that we need to be looking forward to, what that you're doing this summer, what's a big plan that you can reveal right now? Because we were pretty excited that we got to watch you on Yellowstone. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, that was fun. I'm not on another episode of Yellowstone. I wish that I was. No, you know, this summer I do want to rodeo a little bit more, like outside the circuit. And my horse, honestly, when he's on, he's good enough to run with these girls. So, you know, I hope you get to see me at some of those bigger rodeos for sure. There was actually a movie that just came out like 3 days ago that I was on. It's just a little country movie. And I came in and played myself in a couple scenes. But
what's it
so
called?
It's called A Cowgirl's Song. So it's a cute movie. But I was able to play on that. And with that
Awesome.
avenue, more acting will come into play. We'll see. But
Sure.
yeah, this summer I want to rodeo a little
That's
bit.
cool.
Thank you.
There's going to be there will be another episode of Yellowstone, I'm sure, in the future. Looks like they're going to keep going with theirs, so I'm going to call it out right now. I'll call it out right now.
Yeah, let's push it.
Yep.
Taylor, put her on again.
And plus, they do most of their filming. They do most of their filming in Utah, so it works out perfect, right?
They did. Well, in the scene that we did, yeah, like that was in Utah, so it actually worked out really well. It was kind of funny the way that went, right? I'd kind of heard that I was possibly getting written in the script, but hadn't heard anything. And then I just got an email that said, "Hey, you're written in the script. We need you to show up."
That's awesome.
Where
did you get it? Where was that one? Where was that one filmed that you got to go do?
In Francis.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty over there. Makes sense.
Francis.
Yeah, small area, but really cool.
I love that area.
Yeah, that's
well. Make sure you're posting where you're at on the Instagram, so we know which roads you're at. It's awesome that Cowboy Channel's filming it, so get to watch it. Everyone home can see it.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, always people, and anyone who's listening can always follow me and find me on all my social media platforms.
Which are, I think everybody already knows that, but.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat and what else? TikTok, YouTube, Twitter. Is that all of them now? Golly.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm sure Elon Musk is going to have some new platform very soon, so I'm sure there'll be more.
Just the option E, all of the above.
Yep.
I can't even keep. I got these TikToks like, oh, are we supposed to start dancing now? Oh, okay, that's a Jeez.
Oh, go. If you want the followers, you got to do it.
It's true.
I know. So stay tuned. Wheelchair dance is coming, and you guys be ready.
Heck yes. We're going to start pushing wheelchairs.
Wheelchair dancing.
If you start it, we will follow suit. I can promise you that.
Okay.
We did a dance. Me and Cole did a dance like a year and a half ago.
Oh, we're dancing fools.
I'm not. I'm a tuba. It where we did the high five on the horse. That one. Yeah.
That was really a dance.
I'm a 2x4. I'm the worst dancer ever. Like I know it. My wife tells me all the time. She reminds me just to make sure I don't do anything. Like I'm a 2x4 when I dance. So
he really is. If you've seen like a stick figure cartoon dance,
that's me.
Lad's about that good.
Yep.
Not saying I'm any better.
Yeah, I was like, so where we go with that? Are we gonna go to you hold the average up between the two, or?
I probably, I think I bring the curve up a little bit.
Yeah, you're more secure than I am.
Yeah, these hips don't lie.
I think we've got a few videos of you on our TikTok dancing.
Do we?
Oh yeah.
Oh, good.
One of our earlier videos.
Yeah. Yeah, real good.
We'll try to match it. Whatever you're posting, we'll try to match it.
I just got a wheelchair for Joe yesterday. The buddy of ours that broke his back. So like, if you start posting dancing videos, we got a wheelchair. We will
Hey,
what's it called?
I'll
How do you do it?
Out.
When you put them side by side.
The duet.
We'll duet it.
Oh. I did do one of those. I do have one on TikTok that is like that with me and my brother. I actually put him in one of my extra wheelchairs and we did one.
Sweet.
Nice.
It was, entertaining to say the least.
How many takes to get it right?
Done.
There we go.
Oh man.
It was a one and done, but let's get honest. It was not one and done.
They never are.
No,
that's
no.
Hilarious.
I'm real later. You're like, wow, are we done? Did we do it again? Yeah. One of
That sounds about like ours. Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't mind, we'll wrap up, Amberley. I appreciate your time. This
Should we
has
do
been-
one more giveaway?
Let's do one more.
Amberley, you're
giveaway.
gonna have to do since we left you on the last one. You got to do all the choosing, whatever you want on this one.
Whatever you want. Anything BioMane that you know about and that you use, we want you to give it away.
Well, I don't know what you did on the last one, but like
We did a
you
grooming
did-
kit.
which is what I would have picked because that's what everybody needs.
I mean, we could do another.
Let's do
one.
another one. That's great.
Whoa, we're
another
doing
grooming
those.
kit. Bryce, who's getting it?
Let's do Amanda Gonzalez.
Amanda Gonzalez. Send us a direct message, and we'll get you a grooming kit sent via the mail. Send us a direct message with your address, obviously. And anything else you want to add, Amberley?
Oh, I don't know. I think that sounds great to me.
I think it sounds great. This has been fun.
This is awesome.
That's what I like about our show is it's casual, but we still cover a lot of good things and have great people on. So we appreciate you being on here with us.
Yep. Thanks, Amberley. Thanks for everything that you've done for I'm going to say the industry.
Yeah, seriously.
It's the
As a
industry.
whole.
Can't even just say the Western world. It's how many people you get to speak to a year, hundreds and thousands easily, right? It's your story and what you've been able to accomplish. It's been amazing. It's been fun to watch, and just your words that like how you're talking about getting out of the darkest times. I think everybody needs to hear that. So,
I agree.
Thank you.
Guys, Amberley Snyder, thanks for joining the Scoop. We'll see you next time.
bye, Amberley.
See ya.